Welcome to the She Births Show, a place to inspire your birth, evolve your parenting, and help you live a life you love. I'm Nadine Richardson, your host and creator of the scientifically verified birth education program, She Births. I'm also a mother, yoga teacher, doula, author, and speaker. At She Births, we have supported thousands of families around the world for over 13 years with our unique program, and our vision is to make birth better for every family around the world so that everyone experiences a beautiful birth no matter what unfolds. Not only do we help people have beautiful births, but we also give them the skills and the philosophy to enjoy pregnancy and make parenting easier. As well as our world-class birth ed, taken either face-to-face or online in our app, we also have a free pregnancy guide designed to help you feel calm, connected, and inspired as you and your baby grow. We have a doula matching service, the perfect way to ensure you and your partner are completely supported throughout the whole journey. And we have our Soul Mama Circles, which are the perfect postpartum network to help optimize your mindset and design your life in parenthood. Remember, if you like what you hear today, subscribe, share with a friend, and leave us a review. If you're a parent, about to be one, fellow health professional, join us now for an inspirational deep dive into topics with experts around the globe. We hope you enjoy this special episode. Welcome. Today's podcast is with Tayla and Jaime, a She Births couple who gave birth on the south coast of New South Wales about 10 minutes in the shower before their midwife arrived. You can see the great photos they captured just after on our Instagram and on this podcast slide. We share a lot of laughs in this podcast and also a lot of insights and truths. They are a really fun and playful couple. I was so inspired recently by their rewilding of their relationship, and who doesn't need that post-birth, postpartum? Tayla took pregnancy as a time for really slowing down, which I believe is one of the most important things we can do pregnant in resistance to our hyper-productivity culture, but also because it's a step towards being able to listen and also receive the wisdom and the gifts from our instinctual bodies and from our intuitive higher selves. So as we move into more being and less doing, there's going to be more stillness and silence, which can feel uncomfortable at first, but if we embrace it, then we can tune in and listen to the way our bodies and actually all of nature is communicating with us continually. I just love how Tayla could feel even the subtle movements during her labour when her maiden self was arising and dying. That complete shift into mother was happening at stages and phases that she was psychically aware of. And I also love how much laughter these two bring into their life. Why can't birth also be fun and playful? So today we're going to talk about the shadow and light aspects of our maiden selves, the victim and the drama triangle we can sometimes get caught into, making love to initiate labour, creating a birth altar that connects us with our red thread and the power of mother blessing ceremonies, the different type of support that we receive from dads or doulas, and especially during pushing, this one will make you laugh, and my knowledge of the psychic imprint on a child at crowning from the atmosphere in the room. We also talk about the superpowers and the gifts from birth, such as intuition, intimacy, and the awesome strength and competency as a mother, all of which I'm writing more about in my upcoming book, soon to be released in early 2024. So as this is our final podcast for 2023, I want to thank you all for listening and engaging with my work here at She Births and all of my team and educators and our doulas and our Soul Mama circles. It has been so nourishing to meet mums postpartum even who said that they learnt so much and were so inspired by the birth stories we share here on the podcast, who are also grateful for my openness and vulnerability, and I appreciate that. I really look forward to a beautiful new year ahead and sharing some very new and exciting projects and offerings with you all. Have a safe holiday season. Lots of love. Tayla and Jaime, welcome to the She Births show.
Hello, Nadine. Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
It's not very often we have like half naked men on the She Births Zoom channel. Just going to say.
I did ask Tayla if it was appropriate, but she said it was okay. It's about 34 degrees down here at the moment, so no aircon.
This is Jamie's natural state. When my parents first met him, anyone meets him, does he ever wear a shirt? So this is
so good.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
We're not supposed to wear shirts and pants anywhere, are we? Or shoes?
No.
Like, I mean, it's socially acceptable these days, but...
Yeah, I agree. It's great. I'm so happy that you guys are here and that you're going to share your story with us. I loved having you at the She Births course. You came all the way up from the South Coast to Sydney to do the weekend with me, and it was beautiful to have you there. And, I wanted to stay in touch because, being a fellow yoga teacher and someone who holds circle and ceremony for women, I wanted to know and interested, in how your birth went. So it's you've said bits on Instagram about how powerful it was and potent. So really, I'm looking forward to hearing the whole story.
Yay! Well, we're really excited to, harvest it with you because you're such a sacred keeper of birth, and I think that's how this organically happened to come on the podcast, because I wanted to share it, but I wanted it to be safe in the ears or hands of people that were willing to really read all the details or to listen to everything and not just sort of glance at it, So we're excited, and we just had to do the She Births course with you. Like, we were looking up and it has to be with Nadine, like, if we're going to do it.
It was a must.
Yeah. And also you being a yoga teacher is we know that there's those similar values and that what you would incorporate into what you would teach at the weekend. And we really loved it. Like, we didn't have a baby moon or anything like that, so being able to go up to Vaucluse and have a little weekend at the beach, and even though it was lots of content, lots of education information, and just the right amount. It was that little lunch break where we could have a little dip, and I think I was 29 weeks at that stage, and
it was around the middle of January, wasn't it?
Yeah. And
geez, that goes quick.
So fast.
Yeah.
And I felt like it was a really nice connecting experience to have Jaime there, and it was the first time that I really kind of anchored in that, he is a part of this pregnancy and part of the birth. And even though James really supportive, it just sort of really, anchored that in, that he is, holding that, I don't want to say space, but just holding the fort.
Well, and it helped me be equipped for the process leading up to birth and then the birth as well.
Yeah. So tell us what happened then. What did you guys do in your pregnancy? Like, after She Births, to kind of get in the zone, what choices did you make? What practices did you do? What do you feel really made a difference to your experience?
I really find that I guess what really made a difference once we found out that we were pregnant, which is kind of not a funny story, but like, I was personally feeling that, what's next for me? Like, I had no intention of falling pregnant just yet. It was a beautiful surprise. But yeah, I was in this space of like, oh, I feel really content in like holding circles and ceremonies and the learnings that I've done so far. But there's something missing, like what is next? And a few friends were saying, oh, we thought you were pregnant, but you would be like so big by now. And I was like, oh, no, like not pregnant.
Not yet.
Not yet. And then anyway, and then I ended up having a dream that I was full belly 40-week pregnant mama. And a week later, my period didn't come, and took a test and pregnant. So
I love it.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
So it was like, yeah, the space was just big enough for, our little boy to choose to come down. Not that we knew that we were having a boy at the time. And what really made such a big difference was because I was in that space of, I guess, running my own business, and I chose to stay teaching about 6 classes of yoga a week, and Jane was in a good enough like financial position to be able to support me, because we really did value the importance of rest and minimizing like all stress, just to really be and feel. So I had a really present pregnancy, and also it was a little bit of a there's a term, wild pregnancy, I guess, going on at the moment, where women are choosing to really tap into their intuition. And that's the main reason why we chose to have a home birth. So we contacted a midwife, and we chose to just have one scan. And
at the 19 weeks or?
At the 19 weeks.
Very invasive, I believe. But it was all right. It was interesting seeing it, that's for sure.
Yeah.
It was funny though, even with the scan, it's like we went in saying we just want a limited morph and just the heart and the placenta, and then even in that kind of vulnerable state, she managed to convince us that everything is important and you must look at everything and
all the measurements.
And I said, oh, let's just see how far we go and how comfortable I feel, and it's the little language of like, oh, look at them running away, and you're like, oh, yeah.
Obviously,
it's pretty noisy for them. That's why.
So I'm not sure what we do next time, but anyway, the reasoning behind that was because we knew the pros and the cons of things, but we wanted to develop, especially I wanted to develop more intuition and trust within my body and my being and my baby. So
plus you already are very much like that.
Yeah. I like to live that way. Yeah. And I feel if you're constantly seeking that external validation or looking for external resources, then it's taking you away from, tapping into this inner wisdom, innate wisdom that we have that's communicating with us constantly, and we can't slow down enough to hear it. So,
I've just written a whole book all about that.
Yeah, good that. I can't wait.
It's like, it's so simple. It is. It's so simple.
Yeah, totally. And that's
so conditioned to look outside. And if we just slow down and feel, then there's so much information that we can gather for ourselves. Say again, Jamie.
Magic happens, doesn't it?
Yeah. It does. It does. It really does. We're so conditioned to go the opposite, though.
Yeah. Well, I believe it's the society we sort of live in, isn't it? And it's all designed to be. Got to wake up at a certain time. You got to get to a certain place. You got to do your job. You got to get home. You got to do. There's so many different tasks which it's good to live like that, I guess, in a way, but also to incorporate, like Tayla said earlier, that inner wisdom. Meditate, breathe, go to the beach, get in nature, exercise, eat healthy.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not that hard, is it, really?
It's not to live that simple life. It's not. But then what did you feel happened across the pregnancy? I mean, I really believe that our intuition is the number one, like, superpower that we gain as a mother. from pregnancy and birth. For me, it happened the moment Leroy was born, like his head and body came out. There was just such an awakening to silence and intuition. I feel it gets amplified by almost the extra layer of consciousness that you have. And of course, you are looking out for another being. You're looking after. Your body is doing it. Therefore, your psyche starts doing it. Therefore, the mother's intuition and the cells are the same. You know, your body made this being. Why wouldn't they have some intuitive sense about what they need and, you know, if they're okay from in womb and out of the womb, you know?
Exactly right. Yeah. It's superpower that we have.
It is. So what happened for you, like throughout your pregnancy after the morph scan? Everything was fine?
Everything was fine. Yeah. And yeah, just more rest, more tapping into intuition. And a tool that I have always found useful is visualization and being I guess a little bit like, not going to say clairvoyant, but visual information is so strong for me. And so that was something that I found really helpful after the She Births course as well, to just almost every day I had space to listen to the longest meditation that you had created on the course. Just listening and visualizing how I would like the birth to be. But it was also like a sense and a feeling of that, because I would have all these questions of like, oh, you're going to have a water birth then if you're going to have a home birth. And I would say, oh, well, yeah, there's going to be a pool there. But I didn't want to get attached to the idea that that's what I wanted in my head, because I know that, you know, we don't know anything's for sure and we're not in control when we go into labor, especially because it's two of us moving together in this dance of labor. And maybe that's not how my baby wanted to be born. So I never had those sort of clear, rigid visuals. It was, a visual sense of how the day would flow and kind of like the hours that it would take in certain phases.
Wow, that's pretty cool. That's quite specific.
Yeah.
And some people really get that. Like, and some people it works like it just happens. It's almost though when you force it and you try to do it, you have to almost just be in that slow down, open, receptive state and receive that information. And then you kind of like, yep, keep affirming it. You keep affirming, but you have to receive it. And so some people it is the water, and some people it's what even somebody says, or some people it's the time that labor takes. But the felt sense is the main one for sure for most people.
Yeah. So
what happened?
So we'll start the story.
What I add before that, Tayla was very, very, what's the word I'm looking for? Well, she was quite stern with how many times a week and how many times a day we done the acupressure points and which ones. She was a very she was an A++ student for that, might I add.
Yeah, good girl.
It was good for us to connect in that sense. The like sort of, I guess Tayla could relax as much as she could with me doing the acupressure points, but also I feel like it helped us a lot with the preparation for it all.
Yeah, beautiful.
The activation, should I say?
Yeah, and
did you do all the massage and everything, Jaime? You got into all of that?
Yeah.
You did, yeah.
Yeah, I remember more vividly doing the acupressure points because like, how long's it been? I always ask, has it been 10 minutes yet? Or yeah, my hands would cramp up a little bit, but I always done it and Tayla always received it. So it was it was very good.
And I feel like all of that, it just provides this really big blanket of peace and security, you know, regardless of if you use anything that you read or learn or from anywhere, any source during the labor. It's like the work, the inner work, everything that you're doing in pregnancy is just provides this peace blanket, basically. For me, it did anyway. And but I also equally know that, you know, what is meant for us is going to happen anyway.
It's all written.
Anyway. Yeah, it's already written.
And now for a quick break. At She Births, we believe that pregnancy, birth, and matrescence, the sacred postpartum, is an awesome rite of passage. Our free holistic pregnancy guide offers you 6 months of weekly support. Drop straight into your inbox or within our free She Births app, you can get content that will nourish your body, mind, and soul. You can enjoy prenatal yoga videos, great recipes, birth affirmations, course discounts, and more. From me and my team, the creator of the world's only scientifically verified antenatal classes, it is our gift to you. Sign up today and receive the free holistic pregnancy guide at shebirths.com/PG. That's shebirths.com/PG.
Yeah, so we actually the morning of the labor, we actually woke up and we made love to see if that would initiate labor as well. And also, you know, we labor how we live and birth is how we conceive. These sort of concepts that I've heard from Jane Hardwick Collins.
Actually, how we live is how we labor, how we birth is how we create. Absolutely. Yeah.
So, yeah, opening that portal of love, basically, I think there's no bigger way to say that we love you, we're ready, and this is the space that we want you to come into. And so, yeah, from about 5 a.m., I then had, contractions starting. I was dreaming all night that I was in labor, and I was like, haha, that's funny because it's not really a dream. I was probably, you know, increase in Braxton Hicks and early labor sort of stuff starting, but no intensity of like heaviness or anything like that yet. Yeah. So from 5 a.m., my contractions were and surges were 5 minutes apart. And for me, they were lasting like 8 long deep breaths in and out, which is about just under a minute. And I think I had 4 of those on the side, and I thought, oh God, what have I gotten myself into?
Really? Yeah. Classic.
Straight away, I was like, if there's any sensation in the world, I hate this sensation.
Oh, really? I love it.
But then it was like, okay, I can't do it lying down. Like straight away, I was like, all right, I'll sort of sit up. And I think, you know, what you speak about so beautifully, Nadine, is talking about the repetition that we have in our contractions and how every time they came, I had a choice to view these surges in love and pleasure instead of fear and pain or intensity. So that was a really big thing for me, and it was, I guess, a part of the psychological and emotional journey that I would go on throughout those next few hours, was reminding myself of that a lot of the time. Because I know that my maiden self can tend to have this victim mentality that comes out, the sufferer.
Yes.
You know?
I just like have to just pause on the victim maiden thing. It is like such a big thing. I've just been noticing it so much that it's the drama triangle, you know, that people can get caught into, the victim, savior, and aggressor kind of dynamic that can happen. But I was just journaling. I was doing my own kinesiology yesterday morning, doing my own clearing in the morning after meditation, and sympathy came up, you know, in me, like wanting sympathy. Thing. And I was like, that's such a pattern. And I was journaling about it, and I was like, you know what? It is so much easier to blame than to claim. You know, it is so much easier to stay the victim. And you're right, it is a full maiden pattern. It is, because the mother is competent. Yeah. And it's just a choice. It's just a choice.
Yeah.
But there are real victims, that I'm not denying that.
Yeah, of course.
But at the same time, there's times when it's a choice, you know?
Yeah.
We step from one to the other. We can choose
to move through it. And obviously, if you're going to have a baby, you need to choose to move through that pretty quickly. Otherwise, you're going to end up in hospital transfer or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, can't stay in there forever. So.
Surrender's a must.
Yeah. But yeah, that was beautiful to just reflect on and witness that was coming up. And part of, I guess that was the first part of during the labour time where that maiden was shedding, you know, knowing that that's starting to shed and, you know, moving into mother. And, I had a beautiful birth altar set up, a space where I go and connect into, you know, all the, I guess, energetic frequencies and the love and special items that I'd placed. I remember sitting on my fitball and I placed my grandmother's, both of my grandparents' pendants on from a necklace, a friend's necklace on that she had a beautiful home birth as well, that I just felt her with me and I aspired to have something similar to her story. And a ring from my auntie who just passed away, and sort of connecting in with those really strong, powerful women.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so calling in the red thread, reading passages and of encouragement and strength that the women at my mother's blessing had written for me to go.
You were able to read in between your contractions?
Yeah.
Go girl.
Yeah, it was the funniest thing, those contractions just being like so, you know, fully taken away. It was so
you went to
intense.
another reality, didn't you?
Yeah, in a way. And then just to be like, so James, what are you going to cook me for breakfast?
This washing, please? Or can you do the wash up?
And I had quite strong boundaries throughout the labour, so I knew that I just wanted Jamie and I at home, and I had my mum saying, oh, let me know if you need anything. And no, mum, like we're all good. And even Jamie really left me to my own space. Like he was he went to the office to pick up some paperwork, and he went to the cafe to go for a coffee.
I was quick. I'm pretty quick when I do stuff.
And I was just
I go there, get done, get back.
Just labouring. Yeah.
You were okay though. You were, yeah.
I needed it. He knew that I needed that space, I think, just to be on my own and collect everything.
Yeah.
And so about we'd let our doula and our midwife know that we were in early labour, not knowing how long the journey that we had in front of us, being a first time labour and birth. And I remember calling my midwife at 8:30, and I was speaking to her in between the surges, and I said to her, because I've had this really strong connection with the moon, and it was a full moon that day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I said to her, Lou, the full moon peaks at 2:34 this afternoon. Our baby's going to come then, and that would, you know, be it. And she was like, ha ha ha, because it would be like 9 hours, or you know, not a quick labour, but she was like, yeah, you sound too okay for that to happen, you know.
Amazing.
Yeah, and anyway, so then I had visualized so much of my pregnancy, the stages I'd written that I wanted to go for a walk, and I'd visualized the walk down at the beach, and I was like, that's really optimistic. I'm definitely not going to get to the beach.
It's like a 10-minute walk.
Yeah.
I would drive down and then we would walk. And I kind of had this vision, maybe I'll just give birth in the water or something like that. Anyway, but we got to about, I think I remember cooking my own breakfast, actually. I made myself an egg on toast, and in between contractions and surges, just over the bench, and movement, that really gentle movement was so key, like in between the space and during the contraction. Yeah, the surge.
I feel like it just, like, even when you just started rocking like that, your eyes started rolling back. It's like the rocking motions and the spiraling, it holds us in the altered state, in that altered state, that medicine space, that psychedelic type space, you know. I feel like it's
beautiful,
just the movement of the feminine. Like, that is how she moves. She's not like Enga yoga. You know, she circles and spirals, and it holds us there. I think it just supports the psyche in those places. Yeah, it's so important.
It really did, because if I was ever still, or, you know, I think that's why the lying didn't work, and I had to really either be over the bench or even on the fitball spiraling, and then I'd have to drop down to all fours like really quick.
Yeah.
Have use gravity, you know, and the forward motion, because I felt everything low and forward.
Yeah.
So I still really wanted to go for that walk. So I got dressed because I was pretty much naked all the time, and we sort of just walked up our front lawn, and then I didn't make it very far. I ended up like having a surge on the gate, and then I made it across the road and had a surge on the neighbour's brick wall, made it a little bit further, had another surge hanging off a limb of a tree, you know.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was great. And sort of, yeah, that was about 11, and I reckon coming back in after that, it just really
Mind you, we only got about 50 metres in that walk.
Yeah.
50
Was it
metres
even
there?
50,
Probably not
meters?
even. I can see where we were from here. It's not very far. Very slow and concentrated and flowy. You know.
And I had the TENS machine on, which I found really helpful. And I remember one part of the walk where I'd accidentally turned it off, and I loved even if it was like the what's it called? It's escaping my mind. Where you placebo, where you boost button, and I'm like, yeah, this is really working. Just to be able to press something, you know.
Good point. Good point.
And it was off, and I was like, oh my god, like I can't press anything. Because they were really ramping up with their intensity now. And when we came inside, I remember that next sort of surge, dropping to all fours, and my body started to push, and some fluid was coming out then. And I was like, wow, because we haven't told anybody to come yet, because we were like, we might be in this for ages. And I just want to say as well, like, I really feel like part of that intensity, or I'll use the word pain, was really necessary for me, like this earth shattering or earth shaking. To feel everything was really necessary for me to be the mother that I'm supposed to be for this child. And if there was any backing out of the pain, that just wasn't going to happen. I really had to feel it all. That was one thing, and that was a big decision of having a home birth as well, knowing that there's no options for anyone to offer you anything that's going to take away from that feeling.
I think we should talk about that a little bit. So did you hear the dogs just going mental then? Did you hear them in the background? No.
Very faint.
Tiny bit. Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's good. I think we should talk about, it's funny because babies often cry and dogs often make noise when we're talking about an intense moment in a birth story. And you were really like honing in on like the intensity of pain and and I believe it's the same, you know. I think we can have pain-free births. We can have also a whole range of experiences, but pain undeniably brings us to our knees. You know, the ego dies in those moments. And I'm not saying in suffering, I'm just saying in physiological, manageable, intense sensations that we call pain, that there's not much else that brings us to a state of humility with nature, to realize that we're not in control. And yet the paradox is that I really feel that experiencing the pain of birth, and I think there's also pain after a C-section, that's like a friggin' labor as well for a lot of women, experiencing that pain also, although it sort of kills us in one way, it is a place to claim our power as well.
Yes. Yeah.
That definitely happened.
Most
definitely.
You got a formidable mother there.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
that's right.
You're funny. So much relating to that for sure. And I think I'll speak to that.
Yeah, please.
As well. But I'll just pick up where I sort of left off with once I started to lose a bit of the fluid, I said, call Holly, which is our doula. Beautiful Holly, which we met at She Births, actually.
Yeah.
29 weeks. We didn't think we wanted a doula.
We eyed it off, didn't we?
I think I was resting back on Jamie after one of the exercises that you showed us, and she said, oh yeah, and then you can just like touch her breasts and massage her neck, and we're like, yes, we like somebody that's not afraid of a bit of that intimacy.
Yeah.
Because, well, there's one of the quotes that people talk about: if you can't make love or have intercourse in front of your birthing team, then are you going to be able to birth in front of them, in a way? So that was sort of what we felt from her. And at the very next surge, I said, call Lou, because it was just everything engaged, like all stations go. And I said, I think we should blow up the pool now. We hadn't blown it up yet.
Oh man, was that an experience?
It's a common story, this.
Yeah.
Pool not ready yet.
Oh, it was crazy.
And gets to pump very quick.
Yeah.
So I remember, dragging myself to the toilet. It felt like I was in like the Sahara Desert. It wasn't even hot, but I was like, oh, where am I? Like, what's going on? And and I didn't like laboring on the toilet because it was that sort of sitting motion again, the contractions. But I know that I had to, again, feel that pressure coming down and out. And then I put myself in the shower, and I was on all fours again, and the beautiful hot water just running on my lower back. And more vocalizations were coming, and it was another moment of sort of the maiden dying. I remember some of the vocalizations, which Jaime took one video of the whole labor and his face in it like this, like.
Yeah.
It's a pretty funny video.
And
it's a nice video.
At the end of the surges, it was sort of like, oh, like a kind of like a whimpering little girl in a way. Yeah. It was quite beautiful, but another sort of, I felt that was another shedding of Maiden and the little girl. And that was sort of just ramping up. But I never was too loud, never was screaming. It was all just moving with oohs and ohs and
very
I remember
animal-like. It was.
It is animal-like. It's right. It's so animal-like. I think it's nice to just acknowledge that. Yeah, it is so beautiful, to that tenderness and that innocence and that beauty of the maiden as well. So nice as well. I just mentioned, the victim aspect, the shadow side, but that innocence, that, oh my God, those dogs, the naivety, and the innocence, and it's a sign of her really surrendering to something greater than what she understands.
Yeah.
What she is. Yeah. It's big.
Yeah, so much greater. Anyway, I remember Holly then came in, and the front door opens right to the shower, so you can see whoever's in the shower as soon as you walk into our house. And I remember saying, oh, I better say hi to Holly. And I'm so surprised how much I was still in this, frontal cortex and saying, hi, Holly. And, coming in. And I thought Jaime had given me sponges to put underneath my knees, but last night he told me that, oh no, Holly told me to do that.
Get sponges underneath. She was when she got in, she was very into it straight away. But it was because I was talking about the pool before. It was due to the plumbing fixture under the sink was leaking, and it was leaking onto the floor into the bathroom where Tayla was, and I was trying to fix that while I was trying to fill up the pool, and there was water going everywhere, and Tayla was trying to help in between, and Holly got there. It was craziness.
I didn't feel it was crazy at all. I had no idea. It was all very beautiful for me, but funny because Jaime is...
Well, still in my conscious mind.
Jaime is a plumber. Plumbing, when there's a leak, it's just always the way, isn't it?
Totally. I love it.
Yeah. And
the irony.
Yeah, because I was probably on my knees for an hour by that time Holly was there, and I was denying myself a lot of I guess attention or this loving care. I was sort of very like, I have to do this on my own. So the moment that another Holly came in, our doula, that other woman that's just so nurturing and understanding and, really helped another layer of surrender that I think I was fighting against to come out. And then it was just how much I loved the soft sleep in between the surges, the rest, the time that I was getting to really feel like I was just building that vitality for the next surge to come. And I was over the fit ball and just sort of, I remember I was like drooling and my head on the ground and I was like sleeping and big surges coming, and my uterus just, and my baby working so hard to make their way down. And when I surrendered, that's when I was going through a moment of transition then. And I was saying to Holly, I can't do this anymore. I think I should just go to hospital and have a cesarean, or like cut my baby out, And I think she's then said after that, what's going through your mind at the moment? Like, what can you tell me? And I couldn't speak anything, but I could answer her in my head, but not.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's so much that's going on inside the labouring woman's head, and it is really hard to actually just bring it out of the mouth.
Yeah, definitely.
It's interesting, isn't it? The throat and the cervix mirroring one another.
Yep, definitely.
So what happened?
And at that point, Jaime had said, how far do you think she is? And Holly kind of just arriving, not really knowing what's going on. Perhaps she's in this early transition phase, which sometimes we've heard could be around 4 centimetres. Not that I was having any checks. And we all know that we can go from 4 centimetres to baby like that anyway. But so there was that sort of low-key thing in the background that I wasn't really that far along. And Holly said, how about you stand up and see if you want to go to the toilet, knowing that I'd been on my knees for so long. And I said, oh no, like I don't want to go there, and promise you won't have your baby on the toilet. And I remember standing and I could just feel this big pressure in between my pelvis, and obviously it was my baby's head, but not out yet. And the next surge I had to drop back down to all fours, and I said, Jaime, come in and see if you can see anything. And you came in and
what a sight it was.
And stood behind me, and kneeled behind me, and you said, actually, I just want to backtrack. Just before Jaime came in, Holly said, reach down, see what you can feel. And the magnificence of reaching down, feeling my baby's head in my
I know.
head, and feeling the hair about 4 fingers, I think I can remember, like clearly right there. Holly saying, what do you feel? I don't know. Like this dance between, I trust my body so much that it's just going to birth this baby, and I trust my baby, and why we all here at this very moment, but also the doubt that came over at the same time. This weaving dance of like, I know what I'm feeling, but why am I saying I don't know? Is there still a fear? Is there a holding on? Is there, all these things to unpack? Anyway, but so James came behind and then said, yep, I could see the head. And
awesome. How was that for you, Jaime?
It was amazing and nerve-wracking and beautiful, and there was so many things at the same time. And it was a very surreal experience, and it was a once in a lifetime thing. Hopefully it can happen the next time that we have a baby. But it was crazy, because I never really, like Tayla went through earlier, how she visualized and she went through all that sort of stuff. I'm not really good at visualizing. I'm more of a feeler, I would say. But when that was there in real time and I could see him, and Tayla was moaning and going through her surges, it was a very crazy experience. And I'm very happy that we went the route that we went down, and and I never really had a flicker of doubt at all that we could experience it that way. now that we were that close, and I was so close to being a father, I was so excited. And I'll let Tayla continue the story after, and then I'll say what I've done after. It was
okay.
Yeah.
And now for a quick break. Contrary to popular culture, She Births believes that childbirth can be the best day of your life. It is designed perfectly to be empowering, enriching, and bonding. An awesome rite of passage. Our childbirth education programs have helped thousands of families around the world since 2008, allowing families to not only feel empowered through education, but also connect with their innate birthing wisdom to create the best birth possible and begin their parenting journey with confidence. She Birth's unique methodology was scrutinised in university trials and has been published in the British Medical Journal for improving birth outcomes for both mother and child. I'd like to invite you to begin preparing for birth today. Just go to shebirths.com to discover our 2-day weekend face-to-face courses or access the online courses from anywhere around the world. That's shebirths.com. Create your beautiful birth with the world's only scientifically verified antenatal classes.
Anyway, but yeah, so James saw our baby's head come out to eyebrows, I think, ish.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, it was about that.
And back in. And then the next surge, I just had this, it was just unstoppable, Nadine, just big contraction, big surge, my uterus, again, just working so hard. And, yeah, our baby's head and body was born in just one.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's what it did.
Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, that's it.
And as it was happening, I could hear Jamie being excited to become a father saying, push, push, push. I could hear Holly in my ear at the front saying, breathe, breathe.
The masculine and the feminine are greatest.
Yeah.
I was lucky enough to receive the baby. Tayla delivered and I received Hayes. He was very slippery. And then I just started laughing hysterically. I'm not a big crier. I don't know if it's, I'm not sure why. I just don't cry too much. I do if it's a very sad thing, but I was laughing my head off. I was like, "It's a boy! Oh my god, it's a boy!" And I was laughing so hard. It was crazy, that like surge of just emotion that came through.
So
real. I was laughing too. Yeah. And
so cool. I love it.
Yeah. So he was born 11 minutes past the peak of the full moon. Yeah. He was 2:45. Yeah. And the peak was at 2:34 in Libra. And yeah, so that was just powerful. Yeah. And our midwife came 10 minutes after.
Yep.
And he was a beautiful colour, and when Jane passed him through and on the chest and cried, which was kind of nice to hear because there was no midwife there yet, and just hear those lungs working and meet him, and
straight into the bedroom after that.
Straight into the bedroom, and birth the placenta half an hour after that, and probably an hour after that we cut the cord. You cut the cord, and
I did. It was like a little bit of calamari.
Yeah, that's right. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all nestled up at home, and that was the story.
I love it. I just wish, why couldn't Holly film as well as Doula?
I know, right?
I really would have loved to have seen you guys cracking up hysterically as Hayden.
I don't know why we didn't. I don't know. I just it was we were preparing so much for the birth, I guess, that I didn't even think about setting up cameras or even filming. I did that once. Yeah.
Again.
Next time.
Yeah, I think so. And Holly was so beautiful at what she does. She's awesome.
Yeah. And she's going to have her baby soon. It's very exciting.
Yeah.
I'm just so interested in how Hayes is as a little person, to have that imprint in his psyche of laughter as an introduction to the world. I'd be interested if he's, obviously he's got Jamie as his dad. He was probably the class clown. Yeah.
I was never in class.
You just weren't in class.
You were? So.
No, I was sometimes.
Yeah. But I'm really interested because in my regressions that I've had around birth, that moment where like the head just comes out, that full crown of the head, that is like such a significant imprinting time from the environment around, the atmosphere, the environment, the feeling state of the space around is such a big imprint on the psyche of the child at that moment. It is boom. It's like just like a big stamp.
Yeah, right.
He's a very happy little chappy, isn't he?
He's happy. He loves the shower because he was born in it. But
Yeah.
He's happy. People meet him and just say like, what a little yogi already. Like he's just chiller and he's so smiley and obviously has his moments as a baby, as anyone is allowed to be expressing a range of how they feel. Yeah.
It'll be really interesting to watch just as he grows, you know, what the journey of his labour was, that story, but also the imprinting and what you see, you know, in relation to culture and to others, you know, as he grows. It's a really interesting thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. I don't want to backtrack too much, but I just want to say, I know you spoke about that, you know, women traveling up to the cosmos to meet their baby. And that was this, I felt like a soul part of me was dying, or part of my physical body died in a way. And it just got pulled down into Pachamama, into the earth, into the inner realm as I traveled up also to
that's it.
And it was like this expansion and
yes, it got goosebumps all over because the ascent and the descent allows the expansion. Again, you could have written my book with me. I'll have to send you a copy. I just got it back from the editor. I've got
we would love to read it.
A million things to do, but I really believe we have to ascend and descend, to stretch, to go through the stretch, to have the expansion of love, to be that container of that expansion of the heart and the yoni and the psyche and the mind. There's a deep, deep descent and a deep or a high rising as well. Yeah. Yeah, wow.
Phenomenal. And I think something, the biggest gift I feel like I've been given at the moment, which sounds strange, to work with is a tear from Hayes's imprint coming into the world. Yeah. And my story around how I'm choosing to heal it or from it, you know, I was putting seaweed and honey and
at the start
at the start, things like that. And we're using like red light laser at the moment that we've got at home, and all these things. And I did see a holistic pelvic floor specialist who was just phenomenal and so caring on all aspects. And to compare it to a physio who I've also seen, who straight away was almost like, we should cut this again with a gynecologist and stitch at like 5 months postpartum. And I said, that's just not an option. Like, it's not an option. It's going to heal the way it's meant to come back together, because as we spoke about, like, it's made for this. It's made to stretch and open and tear, and the fibers like a tapestry, like, weave back together. And
so was it a 2nd degree tear?
Yeah, 2nd degree. The physio thinks 1 to 2. Just coming on to 2. But that was.
Did you have any suturing after? No.
Yeah.
Well, you decided that straight away, pretty much, didn't you?
Yeah.
Louise did mention that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is a big decision to make when you're full of oxytocin, endorphins.
That's right.
Yeah.
Some people wait for the next baby.
Yeah. And that was something as well, Nadine, I don't know if you have any research on things like that, because that was one thing that the physio sort of mentioned, and it was a little bit fear-mongering, like, you should have this cut and stitched up, because also kind of going back on her word, because it was sort of like, if you don't do this, then, there's a big risk that you'll tear again in a subsequent birth. And then it was like, well, now I'm going to have 2 weak spots if I'm going to have a tear and then a cut again and then back together. And is there much point in doing it before, and what the statistics are around that? Like, is it?
I don't know the stats on it because, I'm just not across the pelvic floor physio stats, because they change and I'm not up to date, right?
Yeah.
But I definitely know of quite a few mums who have had similar experiences, and it's a weighing up of how is, pain and management now, if there's issues now. And I know second, third and fourth time mums who always tear in the exact same place, and, make sure that it's sutured properly the next time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm thinking of like a mum who had a fourth, that made sure it was like properly healed, a mum who had her third, second, I think. Yeah, rather than doing the procedure in between. Yeah. Yeah. Obviously he came out very fast.
Yes.
That's what, But I mean, a little thing like, a compound presentation like a Leroy, an arm up can create the same thing as well. Yeah.
Yeah. And there's so much unpacking of that still for me. Mad at myself for, maybe I could have, moved slower, but a debunking and debriefing with, Holly and my doula saying, what she believes as well is that you go with what feels right in your body. And that's the way I go.
Yeah.
And there's a reason why he wanted to leave his mark,
Maybe. That's right.
Yeah.
I think the truth is, here we are harvesting this beautiful story and connecting to the gifts. But the truth is, like, we are never, ever fully debriefed on our births.
Yeah. I'm only 5.5 months post. I'm sure there's so much.
But and I'm 21 years on, and through writing a book, I'm still harvesting my birth. There is just like the whole universe is occurring within this moment, and there is like so much to learn and to understand about ourselves and nature and our relationships. Yeah, it's just so much.
That's why life is so fun.
It is, exactly. And that's why I love birth and yoga, because they're like a niche that's like an inch wide but like infinitely deep. You can always keep going deeper and deeper, and that's us as a race right now. We have to keep ascending and awakening to keep up, literally, with like the tech rise curve, whatever it's called. What's that curve called, Jamie? You're into like graphs and stuff.
I don't know, but maybe I can't remember. But the
curve, it's like a, it's everything's like information and tech. It goes hand in hand with the awakening, I think, that's happening, and the rising that's happening on the planet.
Definitely moving a lot quicker than what we can justly gather anyway. And it's sort of, it's a double-edged sword, isn't it? Because there's beautiful people like you spreading love and stories about birth, and then there's also equally just as much technology and artificial intelligence that's just getting significantly smarter than humans can even start to consider. And it's very it's like I said before, fun, but it's also scary at the same time, because the smartest people in the world, I'm putting brackets up with my fingers, are also, in my opinion, some of the, I wouldn't say dumb, but sheltered people in the world. They're almost too smart for their own good.
Yeah. They might also be some of the greediest people as well.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
But God made them.
Well,
Source made them.
their investment choices over the past 5 years has definitely said that for sure.
Yeah.
The greed is at an all-time high.
That's right. It is. It really is. And that's why birth is so important, that we go through these processes, these natural processes. It's like the one final thing. We've got birth and we've got death, really, are the only times when really we allow our ego to die, or at least step aside for a moment and let nature take over. And they're so important because they're going to connect us to these superpowers of stillness and surrender and humility and love and connection and beingness and slowing down, patience and healing. And that's going to be critical. Yeah. It is critical for the healing of the earth.
Yep.
Definitely, yeah. I agree. I did forget one thing, Nadine. Can I just
tell me, Mel, what did you forget?
It was just because I really want to talk about the power of the visualization and how we spoke about the specifics of each stage of labour. And it's just quickly, but so I wrote down each stage of how long I thought each stage I would want it to last, actually, not to be too fast or too quick. And I had written down 9.5 hours. It was 9.5 hours, and each stage I totaled and tallied, and then it was the actual labour from start to finish was 9 hours and 45.
Wow.
It was like pretty close.
Manifestation is real.
Yeah.
It is, right? It is.
Ask and you shall receive.
Yep.
I think you just align. You align with the information that's there in the field. That's all manifestation is. It's just you're remembering what is a memory of the future kind of thing.
Yeah.
Through your openness. I don't actually believe that you have to work to manifest. You just got to get out of the way.
Yeah. You got to surrender.
Totally.
The opportunities that are presenting itself to you in the moment rather than trying to find it.
Coming from being like that essence of where we started this conversation of slowing down, feeling and being, like that's the foundation. Hearing your intuition for the ability. There's a book actually by Michael Singer that I've just started reading called The Surrender Effect.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and he wrote The Untethered Soul, and he's also like a multi-millionaire software engineer as well, but he's a big meditator.
Yeah.
A lot of them successful rich people are.
Yeah, that's right. So he realized that, through surrendering, life could work out a lot better than the control, because so much of his mind was this rabbiting on all this stuff, and it was just continually wanting and needing and fixing and controlling. And he sought through meditation just to let go of the mind and surrender to what comes, to the point where this is a spoiler, sorry guys. Yeah, he lets someone walk through his land one day, and he starts talking to her, and they have this nice chat, and he owns this block of land, and then he goes on a holiday and he comes back and the woman's building a house on his land and hasn't asked permission, but he just surrenders. He surrenders and lets it happen.
Now, that's a good surrender.
She saw that as an invitation.
Well, I'm not going to spoil the rest of it, but it all works out. It all works out. She's older than him. They don't end up in a marriage or anything, right? But it's a fascinating book, that how life turns out to be magic when we surrender, and that's how birth turns out too.
Yeah,
I love that.
That's lovely.
Yeah. Is there anything else you want to add? Is there anything you want to say to people who are listening to help the mums, partners out there?
Did you want to go first, Tayla?
I don't know. I feel like just something that really helped me was just like your labour and your pregnancy, your experience is not going to give you anything more than you can't handle. And you're absolutely strong enough. And That's
nice. I like that. It's true.
I think what you just said before, like I never had any, like I said earlier, flicker of doubt that Tayla could do everything that she done. And I guess you could say I surrendered to it. I didn't think, oh, what if this happens? And what if, because you hear stories, and Tayla's told me stories, and I've read some stories about how many emergency C-sections or things happen. And I think just sort of understanding that that's all a possibility and surrendering to that it could happen, and just having faith that everything's going to be okay. Yeah.
And that made having a supportive partner that, you know, from the get-go believes in your choices.
I'm very stubborn too.
Makes the whole thing flow.
I don't like the medical system, should I say. Might I add?
Might you add? You got it.
Very necessary, but like for a broken leg or a big cut on your arm or something.
Emergency.
But emergencies.
Yeah, emergency medicine. That's what it's very good at, and we're so lucky to have.
Yeah, definitely.
We are so lucky to have it. I literally just recorded a podcast yesterday with someone who worked in South Sudan and Afghanistan as a midwife, and emergency medicine is not even available to so many people. So we really have it as well.
We're blessed, aren't we?
Yeah. Thank you so much, Nadine, for sharing.
Thanks for sharing. I think that's my gardener coming in the back now.
Hello, gardener.
I don't like doing brush cutting. I can do mowing, but not brush cutting. Brush cutting is really annoying, but I don't mind my ride on. But thank you so much for sharing your story, and I'm glad Hayes is settled now in the heat. And it's been a real gift to hear your story. I wish I could come and sit in circle with you and have cacao.
Can't wait. Yeah, we're going to be doing it more, and hopefully my little sidekick will be there, and love to work with him, you know, and not have to put him somewhere else while I work, you know. That's the beauty of what I'm trying to create, and offer that medicine to everybody to just deep dive into their heart altars, you know. That's what I feel. Altar of their heart. Yeah.
Sounds perfect.
One day maybe we'll come up and see you.
Yep. Belton arrives on Monday. My Belton. So
beautiful.
We can sit in circle. Sounds good.
Love it.
Right.
Thanks.
Lots of love, guys.
Lots of love.
Thank
you.
Thank you. Hang on.
Have a lovely evening.
I'm Nadine Richardson, and you've been listening to the She Births Show. If you've enjoyed this episode, please subscribe, share with a friend, and leave us a review. We'd love to know what you would like to hear more of. You can find me and my team of amazing doulas and educators at shebirths.com and our awesome community on Instagram and Facebook. Within any good app store, you can download our free pregnancy guide via She Births, 2 separate words and plural, as well as access a range of online courses. Remember, when it comes to having a better birth, an easier transition into parenthood, your education is your empowerment. Don't forget to check out the catalogue of previous podcasts, and thank you for tuning in today. I hope you enjoyed the show.